Hello and welcome to episode 122 of the Focus on Gaming podcast. I'm Duncan.
And I'm Martin.
No Tom today, but so last episode was our review of 2025. So we are now in 2026.
Yeah.
Yay, Happy New Year and all
Happy
that
New-
stuff. Yay. Yeah, long gone are the days where we stay up until 3 o'clock in the morning and still like, yeah, where do we go now?
No,
I think it's more like 3 minutes past midnight. It's like, where's my bed?
I look at the fireworks and then, look to go to bed. I can't think of it used to be something I would really look forward to, and now it just does not appeal to me because I know it'll be really busy. It's usually going to be really cold or wet and rainy because of the time of the year, and I would just rather be at home. I do like going out. I'm not like someone who doesn't go out, but New Year's Eve is just a night I would not want to go out on, just because unless it was maybe at a pub or something, and it was you've got tickets and there was like a band or something. But going out clubbing in a club and they've got
I haven't
that's
done
what
that for probably nearly 30 years.
What, on New Year's Eve or just in general?
On New Year's Eve. But yeah, I haven't done clubbing in probably 25 years.
I regularly go to clubs. Sometimes I play. We're literally just talking about it, but I play Skittles, and I play on a Friday night. And because a lot of our games are in town, the town where I live, I usually drive, but I usually could go on with them and just so last Friday I played and I got home about 3 a.m. I didn't drink because I was driving, but I was just in a club with them. It's not that I usually hate being the only sober one when everyone else is drinking, but I actually had they had the place we went in, they had a live performer, and actually was quite good. So I had a dance and stuff.
What kind of performer?
A singer. I mean,
yeah. She wasn't putting ping pong balls from certain places or anything.
No, unfortunately not. No. just a traditional sing song.
Traditional singer. Anyway, right. So on to gaming.
Yeah.
Right. So 2026. There is obviously going to be one big thing: GTA 6. That's probably what every developer, every player is either wanting to avoid or play it. There is a chance, because they have delayed it till November, there is a chance that it may not even be a 2026 release. But we'll presume it will be, because there may be other games that may be delayed. I think a lot of developers may actually go, oh God, this is going to be ready in November. Shall we just delay till next year? But then GTA will be delayed and they'll be like, we're going to release early. So there's going to be a lot of changes of release dates this year, I think, depending on GTA 6.
Yeah. If you were bringing out a game, you would not want to bring it out in the same, because you just know everyone's going to be. Yeah. I mean, there'd be people who buy multiple games, but because of the price of games now, usually people restrict themselves to one game, and it's majority of people are going to choose Grand Theft Auto 6, aren't they? When that comes out.
At the end of the day, if that game comes out and they've spent what £2 billion or $2 billion, I think the rumor is that the budget is. I think they made that with GTA 5 in 2013 in a week or something like that.
They probably made that in pre-orders.
Exactly. So it's, there's all sorts of rumors that it's going to be £100, and whatnot. I'm sure there will be special editions. That will be £90, £100, £150 or whatever. Because there'll be an online game element, and they'll be like, oh, you can get some money, a head start, and all this kind of thing, or a pro sticker, or. But anyway, Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, Grand Theft Auto 5 came out on the PS3. That's just shows how long
Yeah.
ago. Xbox 360 days it was that.
Yeah, I got it on 360. Yeah, queued up outside on the morning that it was released, and the person in the shop came out with about 50 stacked up high, empty boxes, and just said, "If you've got one, you'll, yeah, this is a box for every copy that we've got." And they had more. I think there was about 25 people waiting, and they had about 50 of them, so they had plenty. Back in the days when you didn't have to pre-order just to guarantee to get anything, but I suppose you don't get that with games, really, do you? And it's all digital now, so it'll be a case of pretending you're in New Zealand if you want to play it early. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to it. It's GTA 4, GTA 5, GTA 3. They've all been fantastic. Liberty City, San Andreas. They've all been fantastic. And GTA Online has it. It is fantastic as well. I haven't played it regularly for a long time, but it similar to Fortnite, where you can play all the racing games, you can play shooting games, you can play all sorts of things that people have made, platforming games. It's great fun. It's just that to get anything in it is a massive slog, and it's real grind to try and make any money. And I think they need to take a leaf out of Epic's book and just go, what we need to do is just have loads and loads of simple things like skins and all this kind of thing that are easy to get, and people will flock to it. And if they can make it some kind of what's called like Roblox and platform, if you can make it a platform where people are making other games, and if you can still play the GTA Online games, absolutely amazing. It will be fantastic. But yeah, so GTA 6. And is that pretty much it for 2026?
No, there'll be other stuff. I'm sure there'll be other stuff.
There's just nothing. GTA 6, and then that's it.
We've got a long wait now, considering we're in January. Resident Evil. There's a new Resident Evil meant to be out
soon.
Requiem.
Resident Evil Requiem. Yes. I've seen various things. It's a third-person one as opposed to the previous ones that have been first-person, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, I think it's out soon in February, I think it is. And yeah, it looks like it's going to be pretty creepy. Not necessarily as creepy as 7 and 8, which I think 8 is coming to Game Pass, actually. And I haven't played that one before. So
Village.
Village. Because that's the one with the... what was
the woman?
Yeah, the one with the rather large knives. That's the one. Fingernails. Yes. I was going to say fingernails. Nothing else. But yeah, Requiem looks good. It's got Leon Kennedy in it. I'm sure it'll have some kind of story about Umbrella and how evil they are and blah 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 blah. So yeah, February I think that is. If you're looking forward to that. One that I'm looking forward to, which at the moment has been delayed by a couple of months, it was meant to be coming out in March, was 007 First Light, because that is being made by IO Interactive.
That was in one of the showcases, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I remember seeing it.
It's been in a few now. It's been in a PlayStation Direct as well, I think, or whatever they call theirs. And they've shown some gameplay and cinematics. And then there has been some gameplay released, but not just sort of a gameplay section. There've been like little snippets of gameplay. So it isn't going to be just Hitman with a James Bond skin. It is going to be a third-person action adventure. And personally, I'm hoping for a sort of Uncharted Hitman hybrid. I think that would be absolutely amazing, and I'm very much looking forward to that. I've been umming and ahhing about whether to pre-order it because I do love IO Interactive's current thing that they've got of Hitman, and it is my most played game of probably the last 5 years. So tempting, but at the same time, I don't want to pre-order it. Then it comes out and it's just it's about 2 hours of yay fun. That was good, and then never play it again. The thing about Hitman is that you can play it 100 times and play it 100 times differently. And you can dress up as a clown and slap people with a fish. So, what other game can you do that?
No, I can't think of any.
No, see? It's the only game that you can dress up as a clown or Santa and run around and just slap people with a fish. And that is just amazing. And hopefully you'll be able to slap people with a fish in James Bond. But I've got a feeling it won't be as open as Hitman. But yeah, very much looking forward to that. Would it be something that you'd maybe look into?
It would. Yeah, I mean, I guess if it's, I'll probably look at the reviews and before deciding if I were going to make a purchase. But yeah, I haven't played. I can't remember the last James Bond game I played because I didn't play any
There was a couple of 360 PS3 area.
Yeah, like Quantum Solace. I think there was a game for that, but I didn't play that. So probably the last one I played was like PS2. It was like Live and Let Die or whatever. It was like I can't remember. Live Another Day. I don't know. Like
yeah, it was quite.
I think I had
PS really. James Bond. I'm going to look that up. But yeah, I mean, obviously, people will say GoldenEye. You say about James Bond video game.
Yeah.
But other than that, which obviously did come out on Xbox and other ones as a remaster.
Yeah, I played GoldenEye recently, through Game Pass and stuff, but
they're still not great. Yeah, so the last one, according to this quick search, was 007 Legends in 2012. It's like the last original release. Because Quantum of Solace, the game, was in 2008. My goodness. That's a long time ago. I didn't realise that film was that old. My goodness, that's 17 years ago. When did I get old? Oh. Anyway, so yeah, 007 First Light. It's a young James Bond as well. So I think he's meant to be sort of a bit more reckless and a bit more Nathan Drake-ish, like, a bit like Uncharted kind of thing, but more British and suave.
Sophistication.
Yes. Oh, well, it's British. She's got to be sophisticated, obviously, because we don't pick our nose and stuff like that. But yeah.
I don't.
No, of course you don't. No, he does, everybody. Right. So another game that has been a bit quiet since it had its first gameplay reveal and trailer, which was Fable, which of course is coming to Game Pass day one. Because
that wasn't last showcase. That was the showcase before where they had
and they did eventually release again snippets of gameplay, but it's been quite quiet. And I think I've read various articles over the last few months that have said there has been some difficulty behind the scenes. I think getting it to work well and refining the humour, because it is a very British humour kind of game. From being called Chicken Kicker. I mean, I thought the trailer was hilarious because it just had the person kicking the chicken, and there was like a peasant nearby that just goes, "Huh, nice."
Had Richard Ayoade in it, isn't it?
Yes. And it's literally a giant version of him, isn't it? He's a giant. So if it's got him in it and it's by Playground Games, isn't it? Who, strangely, are the makers of Forza. So
There you go, a bit of a difference.
exactly. So
I'm assuming you're on about Forza as in the racing
Forza
game
Horizon,
rather than
Yep.
not the game with the what's the other one? The PlayStation 4, 5 exclusive.
Gran Turismo.
No, it's Forza.
I don't know what you mean.
Ignore me.
There's Forza. There's Forza, the original ones, and now there's Forza Motorsport. But no, all the Forza games have been. Hang on, so Forza Horizon is Playground. I don't know who does the original Forza games, like Forza 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hang on, let me have a quick look at who does that. Forza Motorsport 7. Oh, it's Turn 10 Studios. That was it. So, so they're American Turn 10, and they done up until Motorsport. And Playground Games, they do the Forza Horizon series. And they are based in Leamington Spa in England, and they are doing Fable. So, yes, Fable is due to come out in 2026, but they haven't announced when or anything. They just said, because it was meant to originally come out in 2025, and they delayed just said 2026. There is, however, Xbox Developer Direct, I think, at the end of this month, or in a week or two, where they are going to be bringing Fable to the forefront, I think. So hopefully we'll get a release date, or at very least some more information. But it's been in development for, well, it was announced 5 years ago, so it's probably been in development for at least 5 or 6 years. And it's absolutely fantastic. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Another one where it's like, I really don't want them to mess this up, because although Fable 3 wasn't as well received, it was still a fantastic game. Fable 2 is the one that most people sort of rave about, but they're all fantastic games. And they were very early in the sort of, you develop your character according to your play style. You know, you could kill people, or you could marry people, or you could be nice to people and help people, or you could just go, no, I'm going to tax you and take all your money and destroy things and be evil. So you can get different endings. So they've got to get that in. But the initial graphics as well look fantastic. So it's another one. It could be an expensive year, although that is going to be a day. If you've got Game Pass Ultimate, Fable will be on there day one. So if you want to play that, then that would be a nice cheap way to play it. So, all right, shall we go on to Nintendo?
Yeah, the Nintendo Switch came out last year. But
Yes,
been a little bit quiet in terms of like games
Switch
that have
2
come out.
exclusives.
Yeah, because they had Mario Kart at launch. They had Donkey Kong, but other than that, you pretty much can get everything else on the Switch. So
yeah, and they do work better, and you've got like the mouse controls and all this kind of thing, and whatnot. But yeah, games that go, I need to have a Switch 2 are few and far between. So hopefully this year, those Switch 2 owners will get something. What would be your prediction of the most likely?
I don't know, because like surely
it's got to be a manual, hasn't it?
I mean, Odyssey came out around when the Switch came out, and they haven't brought out anything. And you think Wii U had 3D All Stars, or I think it was 3D All Stars, or Switch obviously Odyssey. Wii had the Galaxies. GameCube had Sunshine, and then Nintendo 64 had Super Mario 64. So Switch 2 needs its own Mario, but haven't heard anything about it. You'd have thought that
There's just been rumours, hasn't there? But I think a lot of these rumours are just people going, well, there's got to be, hasn't there? There's got to be a 3D Mario coming. And hopefully it will at the very least be announced this year. If not, sort of, they don't normally announce them 2 years in advance, do they? They normally go, oh, this will be out in about 3 months, kind of thing.
I'm just surprised they hadn't done a one for its launch, but see,
no, yes, quite unusual, but I'm sure the Italian plumber will make an appearance this year, and whether it comes out this year or not, again, not sure, but hopefully for Switch 2 owners, they'll be able to go, this is why I got a Switch 2 rather than keep sticking with my Switch. Yeah, so anything else? What about Zelda? Do you think Zelda in some kind of form, maybe a Zelda remake or remaster, or
I mean, you can really get the Switch ones upgraded, can't you? Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, but yeah, I don't think there's going to be a new Zelda game because I think that you would have heard about that. And Tears of the Kingdom didn't come out that long ago, but maybe a lot of people sort of hark on about Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, which you had the HD version on the Wii U. Potentially, those games could get, because they had Skyward Sword remaster on the Switch. So I guess if it is,
I mean, one thing that I think Switch 2 has going for it, because the Switch was only the beginning of when Nintendo started getting more adult games. I don't mean adult games in like porn games. I mean like having Cyberpunk on a Nintendo console. 10 years ago, you would have been that kind of game. You would have been like, oh no, that wouldn't be on. Yeah, because not only is it graphically, but it's also a very adult game. Whereas I think this year, a lot of games that will come out will be older games that probably wouldn't have worked, or they would have been too graphical for the Switch One. So I'm just having a look at a list here, and on the day that Resident Evil Requiem comes out on the Switch 2, which pretty cool, but Resident Evil 7 is released as well for the Switch 2.
Yeah. So I guess Switch 2, like you said, it will potentially be like games that hasn't been available to Nintendo players now available to them, because for those.
Apparently, there is Super Mario Brothers Wonder Switch 2 version coming out. So whether that means extra levels or whole extra section. There is also Yoshi and the Mysterious Book.
Ooh. Okay. Well, always like a Yoshi game. The last Yoshi I played was the Wii U one, which was like to do with yarn.
Oh yes, yeah, they're all made out of wool, aren't they?
Yeah.
Now, I've got a list of games coming out in 2026, and there are some standout ones, like things like Borderlands 4 and Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Now, I don't know if you know, but in Indiana Jones and the Great Circle on PC, you have to have a ray tracing enabled graphics card to get any kind of performance out of it. I'm rocking a 1070 in this PC, so it would just laugh at me if I tried to play it on this PC. So the fact that it's coming to Nintendo Switch is just mind-boggling. But the funny thing is I believe I can play it on my handheld, so it's not that unusual. But the fact that it's coming out on the Nintendo Switch, which is a very thin and light handheld, it just mind-blowing. Other ones are obviously there's a Bluey game, so yay. Fallout 4 is coming to it, the anniversary edition. And then there's a new Professor Layton and the New World of Steam. I don't know about you, but I love those games because that kind of puzzle, ridiculous story kind of thing is perfect for me. I love them. I love playing those on the 2DS that I've got. Obviously, all legal and paid for. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cough. So I think it isn't going to be a quiet year for the Nintendo Switch 2, but
I mean, I'm looking at some of the games now, and a lot of them are games that are already out. I mean, for a Switch owner, it'll be good because you're going to get access to games that you may. But they got First Light 007.
Yep, they're getting
That's coming. So that'll be a new game for them. But in terms of like Nintendo exclusive, the only one I can see is like the one you said, Yoshi, and something to do with Super Mario Bros. But
yeah, there was some.
It looks like it was just a Pocket Pro. Yeah, I saw that as well. So, but we'll see.
You're going to get plenty of games if you got a Switch 2. You just might not get the games that you bought a Switch 2 for.
Yeah.
Basically.
But you got loads of Switch games you could play. But then if you went from a Switch to a Switch 2, you probably played most of the ones you would have wanted to play by now. But
and that's and this is the reason why a Switch 2 didn't interest me, because I'm like, there wasn't anything really that. But the first party Nintendo games, I like them, but they're not really the kind of games that I'll play any more than a couple of hours kind of thing. So I've got my PC handheld, and hey presto, I can play. I've got like 3,500, 4,000 games I can play, and all sorts of games, and love them. So if those are the games you want to play, if you want to play Resident Evil 9 Requiem, if you want to play 007 First Light, if you want to play all those games, don't get a Switch 2. Personally, I would say, because they are going to be cut down versions of those games. But if
you have a Switch 2, I think it's nice that you've now got it, because if for those who had a Switch, you didn't have access to a lot of the games you could play on Xbox and PlayStation. So it's good that not all of those, not every game, but a lot of them.
Yeah. The lines are blurring now between all the consoles a little bit more. So, well, you never know. Eventually, we may even have some Nintendo first party games on other consoles. I don't think so, though. Oh, have we lost Martin? I think I've lost Martin. Anyway, so if he can hear me.
Hello.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, sorry, my phone went dark. But yeah, I have to keep touching it. But yeah, I was just saying.
What about your phone?
Yeah. Yeah, I was saying that. Yeah, I don't think there will be Switch Nintendo exclusives on other consoles unless you're doing something naughty.
No, absolutely not. They are the one. Yeah, I mean, people complained about when Xbox started putting things on PlayStation, but could you imagine if Nintendo in their next Nintendo Direct went, "Oh yeah, by the way, we're releasing Super Mario Brothers Wonder on Xbox handheld."
Yeah,
they'd be like, "What?"
The only world that happened is if Nintendo stopped making consoles and they go down Sega route and just. Yeah. But they are still very popular. They still.
Oh yes.
Which is one of the best-selling.
I think the Switch 2 was their fastest selling ever, I think, wasn't it?
I don't know. Well, there you go.
So one obviously we haven't mentioned yet because I don't own a PS5. Is Insomniac. Their next game is coming out, which is going to be Wolverine. Now there has been a Wolverine game before. In fact, I think
I've heard
not made by Insomniac. So this is Insomniac who've done Spider-Man games and what's the other games they've done? I'm going to have a look now because that's annoying me. Games they have done.
Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and
they did that.
Yeah. So Ratchet and Clank, the Resistance games, Sunset Overdrive. That's pretty cool. And then the Spider-Man games. So Spider-Man Miles Morales and Spider-Man 1 and 2. Now, that could be a game of the year, but it hasn't got quite the appeal, I think, of swinging around an open city like with Spider-Man. So, if you had a PS5, would you be excited about that?
I would, because I can't remember what console. I think it was like an Xbox. I had a Wolverine game. I really liked that game. So
yeah, I mean, that one was really good. It was incredibly violent, and his skin would come off as a show of how healthy you were, wouldn't it? So as you got attacked, your skin would be sort of cut off and falling off, and as you regained health, your skin would come back. Because obviously he's immortal. But yeah, so how do you make it?
I think
That's the problem with those kind of games, is that how do you have a health bar or something for somebody who's immortal?
True. Yeah, makes
it a little difficult. But I think they just generally get around it by they pass out and probably get captured or something like that. So yeah, whatever. Oh, but yeah, again, it's another one where, yeah, if I had a PS5, I'd probably again wait to see the reviews, but you can probably guarantee it's going to be a decent quality.
Yeah, I think if it's in safe hands with Insomniac, if you look at their track record with especially the Spider-Man games. So
now, one that I wanted to talk about that may come out in 2026, but possibly not, is Star Wars Eclipse. Now, this is by Quantic Dreams of Detroit Become Human, Beyond Two Souls, Heavy Rain, fame. So Mr. David Cage, I think he is, who's I think a divisive figure, slightly. But yeah, so a Star Wars game coming out that isn't all action packed and whatnot. Is just going to be about the story. Again, I love Detroit Become Human and Beyond Two Souls and Heavy Rain. I tried to play Heavy Rain, but when you play it on a handheld PC, they try to get you to shake your handheld because you have to shake the controller. And I'm like, I'm not shaking an 800-pound handheld PC. No, not happening. So I've never actually completed it because I had to play on desktop, and I don't play on desktop that much. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that. Yeah, it's basically a choose your own adventure in the Star Wars universe. And that to me sounds like a perfect game. So I'm very much hoping that does come out in 2026 because I do want to play that, just not at the same time as GTA 6. So have you played all the other Quantic Dreams games?
I've played Become Human. That's the no
Android.
the Detroit. Also, it's got Detroit in the name.
Detroit Become Human.
Yeah, that one. I played that one.
Yeah, it's the one with the androids, and there's a revolution.
And you can it was a while ago, but I remember you're doing like a painting at one point, and like this bloke's son comes in, and he's like really horrible to you.
Yeah.
You could say what sort of emotions you want to.
Yeah, it's what's his name? Lance Henriksen of Bishop from Alien fame, he gets murdered or killed accidentally by the son who blames you, I think, or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, they're basically choose your own adventure games, and lots of different endings, normally involved around who survives, kind of thing, a bit like Supermassive games. And I remember the first time I played Detroit Become Human, I got all the best outcomes, and I was like, oh, I don't really want to play where I fail everything. Well, not fail, but don't get the best. So I just went on YouTube and looked at all the crappy endings where people get all the androids get caught or murdered or whatever. So
you
yeah,
made the right choices.
yes, very very few of those games where I've made all the right choices. I generally try and make positive choices, but
They're morally correct.
yeah, the what was the most recent one I played? Oh, it's the one in the house, Devil Like Me, the supermassive games from the Dark Pictures anthology, and that one, me and my wife played it together. There's about 6 characters, and they can all die at some point. And there's an achievement for saving them all, or an achievement I think for killing them all. And we had one person because of one tiny decision die. It really annoyed me. So so I went through and got the better ending. But yeah, no, I do like those games. So yeah, choose your own Star Wars game. Absolutely, yes. Send shivers down my spine. Ooh, lovely. All right. Well, before the end, we come to an end. I think we'll just talk about hardware that's coming out because we've talked about this quite a bit recently. Steam is obviously coming out with 3 bits of hardware. The 2 main ones are the Steam Machine and the Steam Frame, which the Steam Machine, as we've said before, is about half the size of a Series X and will have a similar power to it, but we'll have Steam OS, so it will be like a super powered Steam Deck. And if I hadn't just bought a handheld, I'd be interested in it. But because I have, I won't be buying it, but I would love to have it. It would be, tell you what, if my PC here died, I'd quite happily buy a Steam machine and have it as PC because it's Linux PC at the end of the day. But I'd be able to have it in the living room. So, would you be interested if the money was there, or would you be going for a console?
If money wasn't an option, then yeah, why not? I like Steam. I've got
you actually have a Steam library?
I do. I got because I've got the Lenovo. That's Steam OS.
Of course, yes. How is that going?
Good. Yeah, I've been playing it quite a bit recently. I've got some emulation, legal emulation on it now. So I've yeah, it's and I bought some. I won't go on to it now because we're talking about maybe at the end. But I bought some games quite cheap on the Steam store. So yeah,
so just a winter sale, which is always good.
Yeah,
all their sales generally are pretty good.
I like So I like because I had a PC and a gaming laptop in the past with Steam on it, but this is like my first like proper Steam operated system. And yeah, I like it. It's very user friendly and
Steam OS is the one thing I miss about having the Xbox LAX. Because the Windows full screen experience is nowhere near ready, and is nowhere near as intuitive and easy to use as SteamOS. SteamOS is a console experience, but you've got a desktop there as well if you want it. And that's why it's great because I could tinker with things, but somebody who doesn't want to could just go, I want to install that game, install, play. That's it. And then you're playing it. And it's just so good. The full screen experience on Windows still not great. They are slowly making a couple of
I just don't know why they just don't transfer their Xbox what you get from the console just onto a handheld, because it's not like they're like new to that. They could have a very good operating system if they just
Yes,
based it on
exactly. I mean,
their console experience.
yeah. Now, obviously, it isn't running Xbox games. You are playing PC games, but the actual how the OS works, I suppose, in a way, it's sort of like Windows 8, which I don't think they want to talk about much. But yeah, having those tiles, it works great on Xbox. Why not have that, but on the handheld? Yeah, it just But they'll get there.
Yeah.
Someone somewhere is going,
They'll
we
have
need
some
to add this,
update.
we need to add that. And the one thing they need to do mainly at the moment is get all the updates under one roof. Because at the moment, it's just, you got to go here to update Asus, you got to go here to update Windows, you got to go here to update games. It's frustrating. And sometimes I'll turn it on, and an hour later, I'm like, oh, I haven't actually played anything. Because I've just been going around it, looking at what I need to update or adding things, and So anyway, so Steam Frame. Do you think it will finally make VR mainstream? No,
I don't.
No. It's going to be it's not going to be a Meta Quest 3S price. It's going to be a sort of £600, £700, £800, maybe even a £900, £1,000 VR headset, and your average Joe is not going to buy that. So, but is it going to be a great piece of kit? Yes, I believe it will be. But they haven't announced the prices yet. They may surprise everybody and go, "Oh, that is £250." Very unlikely, though. It's you're looking at probably. My predictions after a couple of months is going to be the Steam frame is going to be £800, and the Steam machine is going to be. Oh, I'm going to go with £900. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's your predictions.
Now, the only other piece of hardware that is rumored that I've looked up is the Xbox Elite Controller 3. Now, you may just think it's just another iteration of their one, which, it is, probably. They may finally put Hall effect sticks in. They may not. Don't know. We'll have to find out. But the main thing that's heavily rumoured, it's not just is that it's going to have direct Wi-Fi access. So basically, do you know how when you had the Stadia controllers, those had Wi-Fi built into them, that what it did, instead of going from the input that you put in, so if you press forward on the stick, it goes from the controller to the console, works out what you pushed, and then puts that on the screen. So obviously, if you're streaming something, you have it sends it to your console or whatever, or your TV that it's connected to, and then it has to send it via Wi-Fi to your router or over Ethernet, and then it has to send it to the server. The server works out what you're doing and then sends that video back and sends the reaction back. So the latency can be bad. Now, the direct Wi-Fi ones, what it does is it bypasses the hardware and it just sends it your input to direct to the server. So it will mean that cloud gaming will work a lot better for a lot of people. But with new hardware and new features comes probably a new price. The current one, I think the Series 2 is £150 normal price. Obviously, you've got the core, but the one with comes with all the gubbins is £150. So probably stick another £20-30 on that. So, but it's still be cheaper than the DualSense or whatever theirs is called. So yeah. Right. Anything else you want to add about 2026 there, Martin?
No, I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
So I think
but-
short version is GTA's coming out this year.
Yeah, we should have just stuck with that.
Yeah.
Just
Pretty much.
mention it, end of the show, and
Yeah.
no,
Naughty.
it will be a. It's not going to be like a massive year, but I don't think it's quiet either. I think it's
I think there's
you
going
got
to be some great games, and there'll be some surprises like Claire Obscure this year. I remember me seeing Claire Obscure. I think even on the podcast, maybe I think I might have gone, that looks meh. And then it came out, and I was like, wow, that's absolutely amazing. So I'm sure there'll be new ones like that. There's quite a few, I think, open world things or things that graphically look beautiful. So yeah, watch this space.
I'm gonna. But
You're gonna.
I was gonna say, after all this new stuff, I'll still go back to playing the old game. I have been playing Donkey Kong Country. That's one of the games that I've got because I own it, so I can legally emanate it onto my Legion GoS. But I also been playing Portal 2 on it. I got that for £1.70. Best
£1.70 game. One of the highest rated games of all time.
Yeah, best £1.70 I've ever spent.
Have you got somebody that you can play it with? In the co-op?
No, I haven't done the co-op. I'm just doing the main story at the moment. It's a co-op. Is it new levels on the co-op? Is it?
Absolutely, yeah. And it's just absolutely amazing because did you play Split Fiction? You know how
no, I haven't played Split.
Or It Takes Two, things like that.
Where I played it.
It Takes Two. Well, you know how you have to work together.
Yeah.
Imagine that, but just even better. I think they must have taken inspiration from Portal 2 because Portal 2 just did it so well where you had to work together to complete levels. So it'll be sort of you've got to put your portal there, and somebody else has got to put their portal there, and then you come out of one portal into their portal, and then they've got to fire that one up over another place, so you fly out and land on a platform where you can then get people up. There are some that are quite difficult, but I was doing it with my 7-year-old, and there were some times where he was finding it a bit difficult. So it's not impossibly difficult. Most of the time, you'll be stuck for 10 minutes or whatever. Then you'll suddenly
go, work out.
oh, hang on, I've got to put the portal down. I see. Okay. And it's
like the main game then, because there's some way you're like, what do I need to do here? And then it just clicks, and you're like, oh, I can just do that. And, But I'm on chapter 5 on that. So I don't know how many chapters there are, but I'm on the escape. That's the chapter.
Many chapters in Portal 2. Let's have a look. 9 chapters in the single player campaign. The escape. So you got the fall, the reunion, the itch, and the part where he kills you. There you go.
And I didn't know Stephen Merchant was on it.
He is
that was
brilliant, isn't he?
That was a bit of a surprise when I put it on and I had someone with my accent talking back at me. So
you don't get many of that, do you? I suppose Fable is another one where you get people with like that. So maybe it's the year of the. I suppose. Well, hang on, because I won't say yokel accent. What would you say? The Southwest.
But I mean, if you're round here, Bristol, you would say Bristolians have their own Bristolian accent, but I'm not really from Bristol, so I probably got more of a Somerset.
That's a bit like calling a Scouser a mank.
Yeah, but if you're not around it, they probably would sound pretty similar, like Bristolian and Somerset. But they are a little bit different. If you're, I think Bristol they just talk a bit quicker, whereas the Somerset is like more. More, yeah. You want a cider? Whereas, like Bristol's, like you want a cider? Yeah, to enjoy your. Well, that's lush. That is. Oh, all right.
Is it around yours where people say Gert Lush?
Yeah, that's Bristol. Yeah, and they really over. I can't think of the word, but they put a lot of emphasis on the letter R, so it'd be all right, like that sort of thing. So,
well, I mean, I can't talk. I come from the Midlands where everybody talks like this, and I have a little bit of it in my accent, you know. But then you have all the different, the Black Country accents and the Brummie accents, and they'll all claim that they sound different. But yeah, if you're not from around there, they all sound exactly the same. Anyway, yeah, that's enough of the. That's a little insight into the British accents.
yeah.
So hopefully, maybe Tom will be back for the next episode. Like and subscribe, and leave a review and let us know if you have anything that you're looking forward to in 2026, other than some warmer weather at the moment. Anyway, on that note, bye.
Bye.